The world is currently facing a global pandemic.
We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
South Africa has had a nationwide lockdown for over 40 days. This has impacted a large amount of South African citizens, financially and mentally. The people whom have been affected are the people who do not have a large amount of money, live in informal settlements, and have not achieved an education. These issues that they face have been present since before 1994, also known as the time of apartheid. The divide between the rich and poor can be rooted back to South Africa's history. According to CNN, South Africa has the highest unequal income status in the world since the end of apartheid. During apartheid, 95% of non-white citizens were direct labor and were paid extremely low. Even when apartheid ended, there was still very little change between labor demand and labor income. This was further impacted negatively by a lack of good education system that did not offer a superior learning environment, impeding the poor from getting better and higher income jobs. This started a long-term ripple effect, keeping the poor poor, while the more expensive private schools catered for the wealthier citizens with better facilities and teaching equipment. Going back to the present, citizens who have been working to take themselves out of poverty through small entrepreneurial businesses have been put under huge amounts of financial pressure that could potentially force those businesses to close down, leaving their employees jobless, and opportunities for the new generation to get jobs that would alleviate the poverty have been halted. An example of this are people in lower income areas such as Diepsloot and Alexandra, because the people who live in these areas rely on day-to-day pay, as well as the spaza shops and small convenience stores. Basic needs of these people are not being met, especially in the lockdown. As long as the lockdown continues, the longer it will take for the people to recover financially, emotionally, and mentally. The coronavirus has thus created a social justice. Corona has taken the already high list of social issues that South Africa is still trying to recover from and multiplied the social issues. It has set back government organizations trying to aid with the social issues. For example, decreasing unemployment and increase the country's state of living. The lockdown has hit the working class and their families the hardest. As I stated, they are people who rely on day-to-day income. I have witnessed this problem firsthand with my helper and her family, and with my gardener. They are a part of a very large population who will, if not already, lose all forms of income. However, there are still solutions being placed in order to help the lower income earners and small businesses.
You speak about the informal business sector, and that's the sector that is often referred to as the invisible economy. As a federation, how would you help them?
We would encourage them through whatever means, get a message to them to enroll, to enlist at the portals, to register on the databases.
According to the South African Revenue Services, the UIF Special COVID-19 benefit has paid out 1.6 billion rand, assisting over 37,000 companies and 600,000 workers. The people themselves have sent out food parcels to the communities where people do not have enough money to buy any food. These are the ways the government and communities are trying to help the more affected areas. While these are solutions for the current crisis, they are not effective solutions for the people. And long-term wise, at the end of lockdown, there will still be businesses in massive debt and people who are still jobless. There is no financial way to combat the long-term effects of being in lockdown. A highly effective program that has been put in place is the cleaning of work areas and public transport. This has helped the infection rate flatten and the communities safer. I have been helping slow the spread of the virus by staying at home and social distancing myself from my friends and family. My family have also been helping the communities by paying our helper and gardener salaries, as well as paying for food parcels to communities whom are less fortunate. In addition, we have also continued paying school fees and other services that we are not getting. In doing these things, I hope to slow the spread of the virus and help relieve some of the suffering of communities. In doing so, I believe that this can help the larger communities by distancing myself from workers and still being able to help by donating to different funds and resuming the helpers and gardeners' salaries.